Today's activity is working out with watersheds. This is a physically active lesson, so be ready to get up and get moving. In today's activity, you will be asked questions surrounding the topic of watersheds. Each slide has answer choices and an exercise that goes with each answer. Participate in the exercise that you believe is the correct answer until the answer is revealed. Have fun! Here's our first question. What is a watershed? Is a watershed an area of land where surface water drains into a single point like a river, lake, or bay? Is it an underground water source that provides life to sea creatures? Or is it a body of water that moves with the tides? If you think it's the first one, you're going to jog in place. If you think it's the second one, you're going to do a plank hold. If you think it's the third one, you're going to do lunges. Ready? Begin. And stop. A watershed is an area of land where surface water drains into a single point, like a river, lake, or bay. Here's a did you know. Did you know that the Chesapeake Bay watershed is home to 18 million people and covers 64,000 square miles? Water from as far away as upstate New York eventually finds its way to the Chesapeake. It is the nation's largest estuary. Here's our next question. Which of the following is not a major regional watershed system in Virginia? North Carolina Sounds, Chesapeake Bay, Chickahominy River. If you think it's North Carolina Sounds, you'll do squats. Chesapeake Bay, star jumps. Chickahominy River, sky punches. Ready? Begin. And stop. Actually, the Chickahominy River is not a major regional watershed system in Virginia. So if by chance you're doing sky punches, you chose the correct answer. Let's take a quick peek into Virginia's watersheds. We'll start with the Atlantic Ocean. You'll notice that the eastern shore is divided into two colors, purple and pink. The area I've circled in yellow is shaded in purple, showing that it drains into the Atlantic Ocean. The other part is shaded in pink, along with this part of Virginia, which drains into the Chesapeake Bay. Out west, shaded in blue, we drain into the Mississippi River. And then finally, at the bottom of Virginia, you'll notice it's shaded in green. This all drains into the North Carolina Sounds. Let's look at this question. Which of the following can affect a watershed as a pollutant? Pesticides, trash, fertilizers, or all of these? If you think it's strictly pesticides, do rocket blasters. If you think it's only trash, do heel raises. If you think it's only fertilizers, do windmills. However, if you think it's all of these, do jumping jacks. Ready? Go. And stop. All of these can affect a watershed as a pollutant, so jumping jacks was the correct exercise. Here are some examples of potential sources of contamination for surface water supplies. Take a moment and review this just to see all of the locations that contamination can possibly come from. Here's another question. Which of the following are ways we can help keep our water from becoming polluted? Leave waste on the ground, pick up trash and pet waste and place in proper containers, use a variety of fertilizers, use pesticides on gardens. If you think leaving waste on the ground is a way to keep our water from becoming polluted, I'd like for you to do scissor kicks. If you think the answer is pick up trash and pet waste and place in proper containers, I'd like for you to do windmills. If you think using a variety of fertilizers keeps our water from becoming polluted, you're going to do lunges. And if you think the answer is use pesticides on gardens, you're going to do jogging in place. Ready? Begin. And stop. Hopefully you are doing windmills because picking up trash and pet waste and placing them in proper containers does help our water from becoming polluted. Here are 5 ways to reduce pollution runoff. 1. Don't litter. This will reduce the amount of trash that ends up in our waterways. 2. Scoop the poop. Picking up pet waste keeps harmful nutrients and bacteria out of our waterways. Number 3. Cut back or eliminate the use of fertilizers as well as chemical herbicides and pesticides. Lawn fertilizers and chemicals are a large source of nitrogen and phosphorus pollution and toxic runoff. Number 4. Dispose of hazardous household items properly. Oils, antifreeze, paint, solvents, and cleaners should not be poured down a household or storm drain. Check with your county waste management service to find out what hazardous materials they accept. And finally, number 5, install a rain barrel. Place at the base of a downspout. This can reduce flooding and erosion. These can be bought from garden supply centers or easily built. What are small streams that form rivers or lakes called? Are they called oceans, deltas, or tributaries? If you think it's oceans, I'd like for you to do dabs. If you think it's deltas, I'd like for you to do mountain climbers. And if you think it's tributaries, I want for you to do cross crawls. Ready? Begin. And stop. The small streams that form rivers and lakes are called tributaries, so cross crawls was the right exercise. Here's our next question. Where can surface water be found? In a volcano, above ground on the earth, or under the ocean floor? If you think it's in a volcano, you're going to do quadricep stretches. If you think it's above ground on the earth, you're going to do arm circles. If you think it's under the ocean floor, you're going to do squats. Ready? Go. And stop. Surface water can be found above ground on the earth. For our final slide, we're going to sequence the order of how watersheds work. There are 5 pictures below: rivers, homes and yards, precipitation, creeks and streams, and oceans. We're going to sequence them 1 through 5 and do exercise with each one. So, of the 5 pictures, which comes first? Precipitation comes first. So, let's stand up and do some sky punches to knock the rain out of the clouds. Ready? Begin. And stop. What comes next? Homes and yards comes next. So let's stand up and do toe touches to pick up litter and dispose of it in the proper containers. Ready? Begin. And stop. What do you think comes next? Creeks and streams comes next. So let's march in place to simulate some nice flowing steady water. Go. And stop. Of our final 2 pictures, rivers and oceans, which comes next? Rivers comes next. And since they flow a little faster than creeks and streams, let's step it up and jog in place. Ready? Go. And stop. So that leaves oceans as our last sequence. And we're going to represent that by doing some swimming. So pretend to swim in the ocean and enjoy that pollutant-free area. Ready? Go. And stop. Hope you enjoyed your swim. Awesome job. Thank you for working out with watersheds. Hopefully this gave you a great opportunity to get up and get moving, but still focus on your academics at the same time. Have a fantastic day.